Does the Taliban really want to be the center of everyone's attention? The Taliban's rise to power in Afghanistan has sent shockwaves around the world, leaving many to wonder what this means for the country and the global community. As we try to make sense of this new reality, it's essential to understand the implications of the Taliban's governance and what it might mean for the future. The Taliban's governance poses significant challenges, and one of the most pressing concerns is the humanitarian crisis unfolding in Afghanistan. The group's restrictive policies have led to widespread human rights violations, with women and minorities being disproportionately affected. The economic instability that has ensued has only exacerbated the situation, leaving millions without access to basic necessities like food and shelter. Furthermore, the Taliban's harsh stance on human rights has drawn international criticism, with many countries condemning their actions. This has led to a diplomatic isolation of sorts, with the Taliban struggling to gain recognition from the global community. The implications of this isolation are far-reaching, affecting not only Afghanistan but also the surrounding region. The Taliban's grip on power is also evident in their control over the economy. By cracking down on dissent and stifling opposition, they have created an atmosphere of fear that has driven investment away. The resulting economic instability has had a ripple effect, impacting trade and commerce in the region. Their recent actions have been marked by a sense of defiance, with the Taliban refusing to budge on their hardline stance. This has led to a standoff with the international community, which is demanding they adhere to basic human rights and democratic norms. To understand the Taliban's actions, it's essential to delve into their history and ideology. The group emerged in the 1990s, initially as a resistance movement against the Soviet occupation of Afghanistan. Over time, they developed a strict interpretation of Islamic law, which became the basis of their governance. Their recent actions are a continuation of this ideology, with the Taliban seeking to impose their brand of Islamic law on the Afghan people. This has led to a clampdown on civil liberties, with women's rights, freedom of speech, and dissent being severely curtailed. The Taliban's actions have also been marked by a sense of pragmatism, with the group seeking to consolidate power and maintain control. This has led to a series of tactical alliances and deals, which have enabled them to stay in power despite international pressure. One pivotal moment that could change the course of the Taliban's relationship with the international community is their response to the humanitarian crisis. If they can demonstrate a willingness to work with the global community to address this crisis, it could pave the way for greater engagement and recognition. However, if they continue to defy international pressure, it could lead to further isolation and instability in the region. The Taliban's response to this crisis will be a critical test of their intentions and a bellwether for their future actions. Another critical moment is their stance on women's rights. The Taliban's initial restrictions on women's education and employment sparked widespread outrage, but recently, they have indicated a willingness to relax some of these restrictions. If they follow through on these promises, it could be a significant step forward. In conclusion, the Taliban's rise to power has significant implications for Afghanistan and the world. Their governance poses significant challenges, from human rights issues to economic instability, and their actions will have far-reaching consequences. Don't forget to share your thoughts on this critical issue in the comments below, and let me know what other topics related to the Taliban and Afghanistan you'd like to see covered in future videos.